Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about the new chapter in history, kings, farmers and towns. So in the previous chapter we have discussed about Harappan civilization. Now in this chapter we are moving further and we are going to discuss about how the rulers in ancient India ruled the different provinces of the country. So at that time there were 16 Mahajanpads. These Mahajanpads were vast area of territories occupied by different rulers, and it stretched from Afghanistan to Bengal, and many of them were independent and had their own autonomy. So these rulers were creating a vast empire on their own. So they had their independent army, they had their independent areas where they ruled, and they also started their coins which had their impressions. So here we found many artifacts and evidences which correlates with the Mahajanpad era. So 16 Mahajanpads were there, and these Mahajanpads included some of the important places which are still known for their administration, like for example Kuru Mahajanpad. So Kuru Mahajanpad is evident from epic Mahabharat. In Mahabharat there was a Mahajanpad named Kuru, and on the basis of that the clan or the family was named after it, the Kauravas. The Kauravas were those who ruled the Mahajanpad of Kuru. So here we can correlate the history of Mahajanpad with the epics which were written in the past by sages and monks. So Mahabharata is also correlated with the Mahajanpad era. Now talking about the lifestyle of people, talking about the lifestyle of common people who were living there is also important, because most of them were doing agricultural activities. So they were involved in agricultural practices, and most of them were earning their livelihood by farming. So their main occupation was farming, and hence they also paid some amount of tax to the ruler, and in this manner the administration of the Mahajanpad carried out. So the system of Mahajanpad was based on the patriarchy. Patriarchy, as we know, that the generation after generation who ruled the area, who ruled the territories, are based upon their single family. Means if the father is the ruler of the Mahajanpad, then the next generation, means his son, would take over the empire, would take over the territory, and he would become the next emperor of the Mahajanpad. And the same kind of generation to generation passing on of their ownership or their title goes on. So here we found that patriarchy was there in the Mahajanpad period, and the territories which were ruled by their ancestors, they got those territories in legacy. So here we found that the social system was based on patriarchy. The society was controlled by men, and they had advantage over many aspects of social life, and they had a very strong position in the society as compared to women. Now the next part says the ruling class and the commoners. So ruling class were the kings who used to rule, and the commoners were mostly the farmers, because we have discussed that the main occupation was farming. So most of the farmers were forced to pay the taxes, and if they failed to pay the taxes, they were sabotaged or they were arrested. Now meanwhile the new commercial class also flourished. So it helped in the development of commercial towns, and these commercial towns were mostly concentrated near the sea coast. So the areas which are nearer to the sea coast, those areas were favorable for development of commercial towns. So as we know that in the Gujarat region, in the Maharashtra region, we had the vast sea coast, and in the Harappan civilization also we have discussed about Lothal, which was a port city and it was situated in Gujarat. So similarly here also we found that many commercial towns were developed near the sea coast because it supported quick transportation of goods from one part of the country to another part, and also from our country to another country. So it was a favorable condition to develop a commercial town near the sea coast. So natural harbor is provided by sea, and it also supports the means of transportation. So in this manner these towns were developed and their prosperity also increased in the coming years, in the coming centuries. So the Mahajanpad era was there around 300 CE, 300 Common Era, and it existed in the long run because the administration of the Mahajanpad era was quite practical and was quite systematic. So because of its approach, because of its systematic approach, it was convinced by the rulers, and many rulers supported their administration by granting tributes. So they granted tributes to temples so that in the event of some calamity, natural calamity, the temples would support the common people by granting charity, by donating food, by donating gold. So in this manner they supported their common classes, their common people, and this is the way of rule by the Mahajanpad emperor, and most of them were known for their bravery, for their charity, and also to support the social classes, the social stigma in the society. So we found that there were mainly 4 varnas in the society: the Brahman, the Kshatriya, the Shudra, and the Vaishyas. So they also used to perform different tasks based upon their caste. We will discuss about their occupation, about their caste system in the next video.